I watched a video the other day of a guy that I watch a lot, and I actually like him. He's an older guy. Videos kind of like mine, just kind of doing chores, doing different projects. The video that he had on the other day, which I'll show in a second, he was this close of literally killing his wife, and it was a mistake. I could tell how bad he felt about it, but it reminded me. And Chuck, I don't know if you watch my stuff, but if you do, it reminds me of just how fast something can change. I mean, it was this close. So everybody was okay in this video, just so you guys know. But definitely want to talk about the dangers of homesteading, farming, around, heavy equipment, and just, making foolish mistakes. Chuck's a great guy. I watch all his stuff, and he would never in a million years do something like this on purpose. But as you can see when you watch this video, the top right corner, he didn't lock his bucket in, and he leaned over to say something to her, and it looked like he pressed the joystick with his belly, and it was almost fatal. So let's do some chores. I got to clean all this out around the hay wagon. Gonna bring in my excavator, have some help. Someone's gonna use my tractor. But yeah, let's do some stuff around the farm, and let's talk about the dangers of farming. Definitely something I got to do better next year is my feeding situation for these guys. With these cold temperatures, we're just trying to make sure that the animals have enough hay, plenty of water, giving them snacks, giving them some, one-on-one time, and just keeping them comfortable. Oh. Another one? Well, it's freezing out, so I gotta make sure everything works and get everything warmed up. Well, as you might have guessed, tractor and the excavator won't start. So we got everything started up, warmed up. Now we're ready to start this. We got two big pieces of equipment moving around right now on snow, ice. I have a guy helping me that has never driven a tractor like this before, so it's all about going slow. Like here, I can go right through all this snow, no problem. But I just want to familiarize myself again with the machine, make sure I know what I'm doing here before I get in there, make sure everything works properly. Cows don't know what's going on. Cows are not happy with me at all. Again, have to be careful. One little movement of that bucket to that cow's head, and that's it. That's why whenever you get up, look at him up, itching himself. Oh! Crazy thing is, that's so powerful, it's actually moving me. This is another reason why I went ahead and got newer equipment. The equipment that I inherited with this farm, it was very old, and it made me nervous every time I got in it. Well, now that I'm thinking about this, even though it's kind of cool that Mo's using it as a scratching post, and he's all worked up, we're gonna go ahead and get a line, and we're gonna tie one off and keep these things out of here. Get out of there. Ooh. It's good stuff. It's stinky. It is too. It's like warm. So this is like a natural bedding for them, which I'm sure they're going to be a little bit bummed out, but they'll add to it again and again, and they'll make another whole bedding nest all over again. So This just kind of starts over, starts fresh, and it just keeps getting too high. I just get nervous. The cows can just jump right over the fence. All right, well that is much better. You can actually see the bottom of the hay ring. But we're in good shape. Man, I'm glad I got that done. That is something that's been kind of bugging me. I just kept getting nervous they were gonna jump over fence. But I moved their hay around so now they can get to that. I do have to end up putting one board here to here because they jump into this hay bale, hay ring. But that's probably for another day. Glad to have a helper today. Cows are back to behaving. You know, the kid that was helping me, you know, is the kid that been helping me for a couple weeks now. And has done a great job. He really has. He's been one of my better hires, I guess, for the farm. Wow, it is freezing out right now. But it's also kind of fun teaching him how to drive the tractor. Something that he's never done before, a big tractor like that. You could tell he was excited about it. But again, it goes back to the safety, right? It goes back to going slow, not even showing him how to get into the bigger gears to go faster, and just taking your time, and he did a great job. So again, around this power equipment, you know, around this stuff that could really hurt you, you have to take your time and go slow. Well, it's the next day. We really got nothing. They were calling for 10, 12 inches of snow. I mean, we might have gotten 2 inches. I mean, some storm, huh? Really got nothing. I mean, it is icy, and it's still raining and sleeting a little bit. You know, another safety thing that I like to talk about is animals. I mean, I come in with these animals. Now, these animals aren't huge, these pigs. You know, they're still 150, 200 pounds. I don't know what they're thinking. You gotta be careful with that stuff. I like to think I know my animals and how they act and if I can be around them or keep my kids around them. But I don't really know. Hi, girls. Hi. Are we pregnant? Huh? Are we pregnant? What do you think? Like here, I feel like I trust them, but I'm putting myself into a corner here. I mean, let's be smart. Hi, George. George! How about these cows? I mean, these cows, yeah, I don't have the biggest cows. I don't have big Angus cows or big, you know, I don't have these big cows. They're big enough. I mean, we're still talking 800, 900 pounds. And I've had a few issues where, you know, I put myself into a bad situation where I was maybe like in an area where I didn't have an out. I was maybe in an area where, you know, I could have been trapped a little bit if for some reason, you know, Mo wanted to get crazy. Again, it's about safety, right? I mean, there are people every year that get killed by getting trampled by one of their cows. And I'm sure that that person thought and felt and was confident nothing was gonna happen. So if it's a you know 150 pound pig or it's a 900 pound cow, you have to be smart and you have to just always have an out and think about things ahead of time. I don't know, they are hating this weather. I mean, you can't really see the breeze, but it's cold, it's windy, it's sleeting, raining, but we didn't get the snow. It is what it is. I guess the best thing you could do with your animals too is just spend as much time as you can with them. Now these cows are always a little skittish. I'm really hoping that we're gonna try to breed that out a little bit. There are 2 of these cows that are decent, that I can get up to and pat. Like You know, this one right here, no tag, will, you know, let me pat her and touch her and stuff. So hopefully she's pregnant. There might be a time where I might get rid of one of these cows, and, you know, kind of not scale back a little bit, but just until I get more pasture, I might have to rethink things a little bit. So as far as safety goes for me, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? It's one, the heavy equipment. Heavy equipment is scary stuff, and it can happen so fast. Even this little Kubota here, it could flip like that on me if I'm not looking out for rocks and stumps and just double checking things and making sure the blade's not up too high, or I don't get uneven, I don't slide. You know, there's all stuff like that I got to think about, even on the little tractor. So heavy equipment, you know, being around that type of equipment, you have to be careful with that stuff. It's scary to think that it can happen that fast, but it can. Second thing is your animals. Being around your animals is great. It's fun. You love seeing them. You love hanging out with them. But again, these are animals, right? We don't know what they're thinking. Who knows? They think of me as just food. Someone that comes out and just gives them food all the time. So always be thinking and processing and having out with the animals. That's the two major things on a farm, in my opinion, are those two things. You see all these accidents going on with farmers. A lot of them aren't new farmers. They're old farmers that have been doing it forever, that take things for granted. They try to cut some corners here and there, and they get themselves hurt. Well, people, over and out on this video. As you can see, freezing rain's starting to come down bad now. It's in the afternoon. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.